Hi, I'm Michael Nelson, the CEO of Intrommune Therapeutics. We're a clinical stage biotechnology company. Intrommune is developing treatments for food allergies. They're delivered while a patient brushes their teeth. We are proud to be selected a winning startup of the Innovate Children's Health Challenge and thank the Center for Advancing Innovation for their guidance and assistance. Our Series A financing raised the capital we need to not only complete our IND, but also our recently initiated phase 1 study, and to even begin some work on our next product in our pipeline. We are currently seeking $30 million in our Series B capital raise, which will be used to fund our phase 2 study. Food allergies are a tremendous problem that affects 32 million Americans. And it isn't just the 32 million Americans, but their entire families that live in fear of an accidental exposure. Patients, their families, and practitioners are desperate for options. Intrammune's technology will transform people's lives by protecting people from accidental exposure to the foods they are allergic and allow people to live their lives without fear. Our solution is elegant. We expose the immune system to controlled amounts of the proteins to which you are allergic by incorporating them into your daily routine of toothbrushing. And over time, we reduce your sensitivity to these proteins. We know allergy immunotherapy works if you do it consistently. And the one thing 98% of people do every day is brush their teeth. There are several ways of delivering allergy immunotherapy. A lot of people know allergy shots. They're way too dangerous for food allergies. Oral immunotherapy, where you eat what you're allergic to, is the only FDA-approved food allergy therapy to date. Because it is dangerous to eat what you're allergic, it results in a lot of adverse events, and only about 11% of eligible patients are even willing to try it. And of those, we know over 20% will drop out, unable to handle the therapy. Sublingual immunotherapy, drops delivered under the tongue, has comparable efficacy to OIT with only about 1% of the dose. It is much safer, but it's difficult to comply with. Skin patches, known as epicutaneous immunotherapy, where peanut protein is embedded in the skin patch, it's designed to irritate your skin. They're relatively, very safe, but not particularly efficacious, and they're having a lot of trouble getting through the FDA. Our technology is known as oral mucosal immunotherapy. We gradually increase your dose to desensitize you over time and protect you from the foods you're allergic. OMID is really the best of all worlds. It is expected to be highly efficacious and safe while being easy to adhere to, which is important as many people should really use this product for the rest of their lives. And 90% of patients in a study done by Allergy and Asthma Network, a survey, indicated their willingness to use oral mucosal immunotherapy. Our technology is a platform technology, can desensitize you to all food allergens. Our pipeline consists of all food allergies, but really the 9 foods that cause over 90% of food allergies. Our first target, though, is peanut allergies. In the US alone, this represents a total addressable market of over $7 billion and growing. This is how we protect this huge market. No one else can do food allergy oral mucosal immunotherapy. We have global exclusive rights to 34 patents for all food allergy immunotherapy, comprised of 2 patent families. We are the only company that can do this. We target food allergies in a convenient, safe, and efficacious manner. The first patent family covers oral care products plus allergens for immunotherapy. The second is how we stabilize the proteins in our proprietary toothpaste. Additional patents are expected. To date, we've raised about $4 million from some top angels and VCs. The Series A was initially intended to cover our IND application, our initial new drug application. We received such a great reception that we raised enough capital to complete our phase 1 study. We are seeking to raise $30 million now, with most of the capital to be used for preparation and execution of our phase 2 clinical study. Intrommune represents a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. These projections that I'm showing here only cover US peanut allergies. They do not include our pipeline, our rest of world sales. Product 2 is expected to be a multi-allergen product, which would have even higher revenue potential. Most patients should stay on the product for the rest of their lives. With our ease of use, we expect the average patient to stay on for over 9 years, giving each patient a lifetime value in excess of $100,000. Right now, we're only burning about $50,000 a month, though we do expect that to go up as we progress with our development. We have begun building quite a bit of awareness. We're getting a number of mentions in the press. Considering that there are 100,000 new peanut allergic individuals each year in the US, most patients will remain on product for an extended period of time. The amount of, these projections we believe are conservative. We have multiple near-term inflection points. I'm happy to talk about how we arrived at these during the Q&A. We expect that our most likely exit strategy is a partnership or IPO in the next 18 to 24 months. I have a very experienced team of executives. Our core team, myself, Eric, and Michelle, have been supplemented by Alan, Keith, and Abit. We have some fantastic and motivated advisors, including Professor Reitsacker. He's the inventor of oral mucosal immunotherapy. He performed the first studies on oral mucosal immunotherapy at Weill Cornell. And Tanya Winder is the CEO of Allergy and Asthma Network. So I just want to highlight before I end, we're a biotechnology company with the potential of a biotechnology company, but with relatively low development risk. We have several near-term value inflection points. A comparator of ours with significant limitations for their products that we solve was recently acquired for $2.6 billion. So thank you for taking the time to learn about Intrommune, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Michael. Are there any questions?
Please feel free to speak up, ask some questions, or of course you can take advantage of the chat box as well. You could just put your questions right there. We'll have 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A.
There's a comment that said amazing, Michael.
Thank you. I apologize. My doorbell was ringing at the beginning. Everything hit, of course, at once. The dog starts barking.
Hey, Michael, this is Paulo. How are you doing? I was the amazing dude.
Thank you, Paulo.
Just curious in terms of a go-to-market, is this DTC awareness? Is it going to be prescription? Like, help me understand where does this fit in terms of how it's going to be marketed and pushed out into the market?
Yeah, this is a prescription product. The one product that's on the market is priced at close to $11,000 per year. It will have insurance coverage. But the way it goes to the market is you have some updosings that are done in the allergist's office over a couple of months, and then the patient brushes their teeth at home and continues to do it. The doctor's office, 2 weeks, go to the next updosing, get to our maintenance dose, and you're on this product for many people for the rest of their lives.
Given the nature of the product, did we consider the RX to OTC switch strategy on this? Because this type of therapy, I would imagine, would be perfect for the direct-to-consumer, right?
So food allergies are very dangerous. Unlike respiratory allergies, we want this in a very controlled environment. So we do think in the future, as we demonstrate the safety, that this could be something that moves out of the allergist's office. But initially, during those updosings, you want it to be very controlled.
Okay, and what are you seeing in terms of side effect profile at this point?
Well, so we just kicked off our phase 1 study, so that's the first in-human study, but this product has been used for respiratory allergies, and we haven't seen any significant adverse events. We also, and it's been used by over 1,000 patients to date, as well as the Weill Cornell study in respiratory allergies. We also know from sublingual immunotherapy studies at universities that you could deliver protein to the sublingual area, which has a number of shortcomings, which I could get into, but really not the optimal place in the mouth to deliver it. And they saw no uses of or need for epinephrine. In oral immunotherapy, about 14% of patients need emergency epinephrine use.
And are you going to be doing this are you going to be a development shop, or are you going to plan to build a commercial entity? You're going to just farm that out to the large pharma companies who can sell it for you?
Yeah, I mean, we're developing this as a standalone. We're going to take this to market, but as I said, I would not be surprised if we partner or sell this in 18 to 24 months.
Thanks.
And probably in Europe, we'll partner for the European market. Even if we keep this ourselves.
Have you already been speaking to pharma companies?
We have. We've spoken to a number of companies already. So yeah, those discussions are ongoing. We think the phase 1 is going to be a big inflection point where we're then going to start getting numbers that are acceptable to all the investors. Just looking at some of the chat questions.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's quite all right. I'm happy to answer more questions. I love talking about Intrommune. $11,000 per year. Yes. So oral immunotherapy, that's the only product that has an FDA approval. It triples the risk of actually what you're trying to protect against, which is emergency epinephrine, lots of adverse events, and it's priced at close to $11,000 per year. And the FDA expects people to need to be on this for a lifetime. Most patients with that drop off after a few years. It's really hard. You take a capsule, you break it open, pour it over your semi-solid food and eat it. Has all the adverse events, upset stomach that you would expect eating what you're allergic to. The products in our pipeline are multi-allergen products. So there's 9 foods that cause over 90% of food allergies. So peanut is our first product. We think with 1 or 2 additional products, we could cover those other 8. Sesame just became one of those, but things like milk, egg, wheat, soy, fish, shellfish are in our pipeline, and tree nuts. This does not replace EpiPen. You will still be expected to walk around with EpiPen. This is a protection from accidental exposure. Most people, after they go through the therapy, when they're on their therapy, if they get accidentally exposed, they won't go right into anaphylaxis. It will give them time to respond. But we will be recommending people continue to carry an EpiPen.
Sorry, what do you think the annual price point is going to be?
We know for oral immunotherapy that it's close to $11,000 per year. We have arguments to charge more because we will have better adherence. It's built right into your everyday routine. This is a replacement for daily toothbrushing, and we also have less adverse events, which are going to save insurance companies a lot of money and patients a lot of fear and hassle. But we haven't set the price yet. It's going to still be a few years before we're to market, but our expectation is that this will be completely covered by insurance. It will just be a copay, and the people who are unable or don't have insurance will have programs in place to make sure that they can get it.
So Michael, I think we have to move on now, but if you could put your information to contact you in the chat box, if you want them to contact you other than your email, your email's on the screen, but I would suggest doing that.
Great, I will do that. Thank you, Rosemary. I really appreciate the opportunity to present.
There's one last question, small question. Missed if you're still raising money.
Yes, so we are still raising money. We're looking to raise the $30 million, and just I just wanted to say, we have an updosing schedule. So if you're very severe, the idea is you start really low dose and you work your way up to the maintenance.